It was early on a hot July evening in the summer of 2001. The last rays of the sun were streaming into the window of our West End Avenue apartment. I had just taken Sammy out to relieve herself and was about to jump into the shower and wash off the sweat and grime from running around the city all day. My princess followed her mama into the bathroom and stared at me, cocking her head to one side. "All right, let me feed you first," I said to my highly intelligent, impatient canine. Then the phone rang. A call from my husband, and the night changed instantly. "Sylva, I'm walking on Riverside and 110th Street, and there's a dog running around here. He's going to get hit by a car. Can you come?" Jude was known to walk up to 10 miles a day. It was his way of working out, mentally and physically. There was an urgency and concern in his voice that I had never heard before. He was now a dog lover. "I'll be right there," I said loudly. I remember the feelings that came over me: excitement, fear, and adrenaline rush. I didn't realize it then, but I would come to know that emotional state very well in the years to come, whenever I got a call to rescue a dog. But this was the first time. I grabbed a leash, some treats, and ran out the door, leaving Sammy to wonder when she was going to have dinner. I hailed a cab, and within 5 minutes I saw my husband in the distance. At the same time, I also noticed a 35-pound black terrier running around the grassy median and a cop car sitting nearby. I threw the money into the front seat to compensate the cab driver. "Thanks," I said as I jumped out and ran toward the dog. "Is he yours?" the cop called out. "No, I'm trying to help him. Can you help me get him?" "No, we don't catch strays. Sorry." Wow. I had never rescued a dog from the streets and had no idea how to do it. Sometimes life lessons are learned the hard way. The first thing I did wrong was to chase him. Canines can run faster and you will never catch them. I realized later that in order not to appear confrontational, I should have gotten on my knees with my body sideways and held a treat in my hand for the terrier to see. If that didn't work, I should have followed him slowly. By now, the dog was heading toward the stairs, leading down to a lower level that connected to the freeway. As I ran after him, I called to Jude. "They won't help. I'm going to get him." The terrier was running very fast. I increased my speed even more, trying vainly to catch up with him. Jude couldn't cross the street because of the traffic. At the bottom of the stairs, I saw the dog run toward the locked gate of a parking area, where he stopped. As I came toward him, he turned around and looked into my eyes. He was scared. He didn't know I wanted to help him, so he bolted around me, up the freeway ramp. "No!" I screamed and ran after him. When he got to the top and saw the cars, he turned around and headed back toward me. I looked in his eyes and called to him, "Come on, boy." What I should have done was walk back down without looking at him, so that he could follow safely. But in my naivete, I didn't. Instead, I scared him even more. He turned around and ran onto the freeway, and a moment later I heard brakes locking, tires screeching, and a loud thump. By the time I made it up the ramp, cars had slowed down, swerving to avoid running over his dead body. I think I screamed. I was shaking. I started to run toward the dog, but someone grabbed me. It was a man who had seen us on the ramp and pulled his car over. The police showed up within 5 minutes. Not the same ones who hadn't helped before. I was crying, and they put me in the back of their car to calm me down. A dark-haired, stern, 30-something cop said, "You're lucky no person was killed." Then he left me alone with the air conditioning and radio.